Up 11, dig it. This is the wicked time from the planet E. Shocking when I would like to take you on a trip. Come on along now and listen to our tunes. Just sit back as we go zoom, zoom, zoom. Who is she and what's the trouble? Who's the girl that...
Hey guys, welcome to Frank's Tech Help. So if you've been watching my channel lately, you've noticed I've done a lot of 1/12 scale RC dune buggy reviews, so I've decided to up the ante a little bit. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Rustler, Traxxas Rustler VXL brushless RC racing dune buggy. Now this one does have the Valenian Extreme brushless power system included in it. Comes standard in this kit. Comes with the 3500 motor, the VXL 3S ESC unit, and the TQI 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. So just a couple of specs right off the bat here. Flip the box over to the side here so you can kind of see it, see what's going on here. So it does, it says it includes the waterproof digital high torque steering servo, a waterproof receiver box, the torque control slipper clutch, a planetary differential, and oil-filled ultra shocks. So kind of let you guys get a view of the side there. And they have a green one and a red version. I ended up getting the red one. And normally on this kit, the main thing that you need to know is that if you purchase this unit, it normally does not come with a battery or a charging unit. In addition to that, this vehicle is very fast. I'm going to be running it on a 3S, so I did purchase a Willie Bar for it, so I'll go ahead and slide this back a little bit. So I got the Traxxas ID Easy Peak charging system. I got the Traxxas Lipo 3-cell or 3S 25C 11.1 volt 4000 mAh battery. And the big difference here is between the 2S and the 3S battery. The 2S battery, from what I understand reading through the forums, you can expect about 45-50 miles per hour. On the 3S, it goes upwards of 65 to 70 miles per hour. Here on the box it says 70 plus miles per hour. So then here also is the Willie Bar. We'll get into that later after I get everything kind of put together. So the key element here to take into consideration are the difference between the 3S, the 2S and the 3S battery. The 3S batteries are going to give you a lot more top speed for this unit, and the 2S batteries are going to give you a little more balance. Like, it's not going to have as high of a top speed, but the battery's going to last longer in general. Also, after reading through the forums, the risk I think that you running the 3S batteries, a lot of people say to expect repairs because this is such a powerful battery. It grinds on the gears if you crash it, various things like that from going so fast that you can expect repairs. Now this model does not, the ESC unit does not have a fan, so I've also ordered a Traxxas 3340 Valenian VXL ESC cooling fan, which I'm going to install after the fact. And I've also ordered a Traxxas 7.4 volt 5800 mAh 25C 2S Lipo battery. So this one I'm just going to run occasionally, the 3-cell 4000 mAh for speed. It's the 11.1 volt. But on the day-to-day, I'm probably going to run the 7.4 volt because this is more so just my daily driver through the neighborhood, the yard, gravel, stuff like that, just to play around with. So I'm not really concerned about the overall top speed, although this was a package deal and I thought I would go ahead and get the 3S battery, so just to kind of check out the top speed on it and stuff. So just take that into consideration if you're going to buy this as a package deal. In the long run, you're probably going to be better off with the 2S, the 2-cell 5800 mAh battery, the 25C 7.4 volt battery, and just for longevity of this vehicle. So if you're racing whatever, then yeah, you can do the 3S battery, whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff out of the way, and let's go ahead and unbox this and see what we've got inside. Alright, so here we have it. It's the Rustler VXL, and this is straight out of the box. Little pieces of foam there, just to give you kind of a look around the basis of the motor and everything, or the outside. inside shell of it and whatnot. So it does come with a full package. Looks like you got replacement parts, washers. There's looks like an upgraded gear in here. I'll get into this stuff here in just a bit. So first off, I just want to go over the basics on this vehicle. So I'm going to kind of set this aside for the moment. So on the top here, I have a plastic coating just to protect the shell. And it looks like I'm missing a pin here. I don't know what the deal is. I'm sure there are extra ones in the package, so I'll find out. But there's one pin in the back, 2 pins in the front. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the 2 pins here. Take the cover off, slide this out. So you can see the top shell, pretty nice looking. Set that back there for the moment. So here we have the inside of the vehicle. It has a little starter information right here, and here's the thing. Some of these kits come with the Lipo batteries, and then some of them come with the Lipo batteries. And so I'll go over the difference here. You do have to program the ESC to run the Lipo, because it does give you the low voltage detection, and it'll protect the unit as far as that goes. So just going over the basics here, we have the motor in the back here. Let's see. We have the easy set on and off switch. So the main power switch is right here on the unit, and then there's an indicator light on the back right here. You have the power cords going back to the motor. You've got the Verillion 4500 motor back here, and then the antenna up here. You've got your receiver box, which is waterproof, and a little indicator, LED indicator down here going with that. And then you've got your steering servo underneath here, and then you can't really see. Yeah, there's a servo saver, it's called, and then there's the steering servo that's up under there. So I'm not really going to take it apart at this moment. This is just my basic starter review. So I'm going to put it together and do the review, and we're going to take it out for a spin here in just a few. So let's go ahead and get started with the other parts of this package. So the charging unit is the Traxxas Easy Peak 4-amp Lipo fast charger, and so you can charge both batteries with this. Take this out of the box, out of the way. So pretty straightforward here. Standard US plug, since we're in the US. And when you plug the battery, it does have battery ID in it. So depending on whether you're using Lipo or Lipo, it's going to have an indicator right there that lights up. And then you can select your charge rate based on, I think there's a fast charge, there's a storage mode, and then you have a balance charge. And typically you're going to want to do a balance charge as far as that goes, because it's going to optimize your battery. It's going to charge each cell individually as it goes. It does have a start stop button. You press it and hold it for a couple of seconds to start it, press it again to stop if you're in the middle of that charge cycle. We're going to break the battery out here. So once again, this is the Traxxas 3-cell 4000 mAh 25C 11.1 volt battery that I got with this package. So normally you plug the unit in, just slide the battery in like that, and then it's going to indicate what the charge cycle is, and once it gets to the green will stay lit, and you're ready to go as far as that. So let's set this aside for the moment. Now this battery is charged just for the sake of this review, and I am going to go over something here real quick. Let me scroll down through my settings here. One other thing is, like as I mentioned, the fan I have that's on the way, it does have a connector here in the back. If you can see that tiny little red connector, it's seated into a little clip. Pop that clip out, clip the fan onto the top, seats on the top, and that plug plugs into the plug on the fan. So it is pre-equipped with the cable to hook up the fan, which I'll be doing here in the nearby future. So first off, we'll go ahead and pop the clip out. You don't have to necessarily pop out both of the clips. You can just pop one out and kind of drag that over out of the way. And when you go to push the battery in, there is a kind of a foam pad back here that keeps the battery kind of spring like loaded into place right there. So pop the battery in like that. Take the bar back over, pop it back in there, and then slide your clip back into place. And so there you have the battery. It's locked into position there. So now what you want to do, according to the instruction manual, is on the receiver, or the transmitter, I'm sorry, we're going to go over the transmitter real quick. You do have your various modes here. You've got your steering and throttle control up on top here. You have your menu and set controls, and then back here is the power switch, and then you've got your forward and reverse throttle, and then you have your neutral range. So when you let off the gas, you can set it for various ranges as far as, you know, how far the roll goes once you let go of that. And so when you pull the trigger on this, it goes forward. You let go. If you go back just a little bit, it will brake, and if you go back really hard, it's going to brake faster. You have your steering control over here, and so I went ahead and installed batteries into this unit. Excuse me. So what you want to do is you want to turn on your transmitter first. You can see it, green light kicks on there. This will prevent any false starts, so that your unit doesn't just take off. And it does come pre-programmed in the package, as far as this package does. So you're going to go ahead and plug in your battery there. And as far as your battery placement, you can tuck your wires down into the side here if you want to keep it a little more under control. So you can just pop the clip up there, run the wires down through the side right there. Everybody's going to have a slightly different opinion on that, but it's going to keep it, you know, kind of locked off to the side like that right there. So, but for the moment, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Just trying to go through the review process here. So the on and off switch is right here, and click it once to turn it on. Now there is a huge difference here. Now if you're running NiM batteries versus Lipo batteries, you can see if the green light is on, that means that it's in Lipo mode. If you have a NiM battery, you want to press and hold this for 10 seconds. And you hear a decreasing tone. Now it's in red. This is for NiM mode. So what this does is protects the battery. If you're on the NiM, it's going to maximize the efficiency of the battery. But since I'm using a Lipo battery, if your unit starts off in red, you want to press and hold for 10 seconds. And what this is going to do is going to switch it over to the Lipo mode, which helps control low voltage. And that tone goes doo-doo-doo. So when it goes up, it's setting for Lipo. When it goes down, it's setting for the NiM mode. So, so now that we're in Lipo mode, and the unit is actually turned on, should be pretty much ready to go. I'm going to give it a little throttle here. Oh yeah. Now this is a very powerful, very powerful car, especially having the 3S battery in there. And servo there. Now I'm going to gun the throttle here just for a second because I want you to see what these tires do. It's really nice. And you see how the tires spin up. That increases the grip and the traction for performance, especially if you're going around a course, around the corners and stuff like that. Do that from the side as well. And I gotta tell you, man, this thing puts off a lot of wind. I'm literally just sitting here right behind it, and it is putting off some serious wind. As I see right here, up in this little corner, when I turn the servo, I see it pushing on that wire. And this is just straight out of the box from the factory, so you probably will want to make sure, I'm gonna press it and hold it for 2 seconds to turn it back off. Turn the transmitter back off here for a minute. So you will probably want to make sure that this wire is kind of tucked down and out of the way. You could probably use a little piece of tape right there, double-sided tape, or just scotch, electrical tape, whatever, to press that down, just kind of keep it out of the way of that servo. So I wanted to go over the additional things that were in the package along with the box real quick. So we do have a really nice toolkit here with various Allen wrenches, a lug wrench, a U-joint adjustment, various tools in there. Another package here with body clips and body spacers right there, a couple other various parts. Included also is a speed gear. This extra gear that was included in this kit is intended for driving at higher speeds on flat surfaces. If you're doing off-road, dirt, stuff like that, you don't want to install this one because it will put more stress actually on the motor as far as that goes. But if you're doing a lot of street racing, which I will be, more so gravel and street racing and stuff, you can install the optional gear system there, which I may do here in the future at some point. And then also you have shock and various spacers for your shock system. Give you plenty of those to work with as far as that goes. Slide this stuff out of the way here. In addition, you get a bunch of Traxxas and Rustler VXL, various types of stickers there. There's another pack of stickers if you want to put some numbers on and whatnot. A little fan placement sticker there. Warranty card. Now this is a TQI performance guide for the remote system, and this does include the link system, which you can it does, I think it requires the extra link card, but you can download the app and you can tune and do everything straight off your cell phone if you choose to do so. iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Android devices, etc. But this guide covers pretty much everything that the TQI system is capable of, and which is pretty cool. So I probably will pick up the module. The remote or the transmitter is already enabled for that, but you do need to install the module from what I understand. So a very in-depth support guide, has a complete list of all the parts and various things, the entire schematic as far as how everything's put together, all the part numbers, pretty much everything. So that's very comprehensive, which I liked. And then it has a performance accessories page here, so it lists pretty much all the upgrades and stuff that you can perform on this vehicle if you want to order those extra. And then a guide for the Easy Peak. They've got, you know, the various models, the single, the dual charging, list of the various batteries and stuff for that. And then the official quick start guide, which is fairly in-depth. It covers like all the basics, how to get everything set up. So it is very detailed. So that's one thing. A lot of times you buy something and there's hardly any type of information in it, and it's kind of frustrating, you know, if you're trying to learn something new. And so these guys have really got it together as far as all of this goes. Alright, so I went ahead and installed the Willie Bar, as you can see on the back there. And basically what this does is when the vehicle takes off, it prevents it from flipping over. So it's gonna, takes off and hits the ground like that, it's gonna drag to keep it stabilized. And I'll give you a little close-up view there. It's really easy to install. You basically, there is an additional like a mount right here that comes with it in case your original vehicle does not include it. Mine did. So basically just remove the 2 screws from either side up there and the 2 screws from either side down here, and then put them into the existing frame, the protection frame of the motor system, transmission and everything. And it is adjustable. If you can see right there, there's 2 little clips and you can pop that off, pop it down like that and disconnect it, whatever. And so you've got it 2 or 3, actually 4 different settings. So I'll flip it up under right here. So this is going to be your furthest setting, which is going to allow it to get like almost straight up wheelies. And the further down you go, so if you were to put it on this bottom setting right here, it's going to keep it flatter to the ground, so that when the vehicle takes off, you know, the highest setting is going to put it up like that right there, and the lowest setting is going to allow it to go, you know, about yay tall right there. So I kind of set mine in the middle, just to keep clearance on the back end of the vehicle while I'm driving it through the gravel yard over curbs and stuff like that. So, all right, we're batteries charged, covers on. Let's go turn it on, take it outside for a test drive, see what happens. Okay guys, so here we are back inside with the Rustler VXL, and all I can say is OMG. this thing is insanely fast on the 3S battery. It is so fast. I'm glad I got the Willie Bar, and I'm also glad I have a 2S battery on the way, because this thing is so insanely fast. It got out of control just for regular neighborhood street driving. Oh my god, I just can't even explain. You guys saw the video, you know, as far as the video goes. I actually had to go from the sport mode down to 50% in order to drive this on the 3S battery through my neighborhood, because it was absolutely so fast that it was almost uncontrollable. So if you're thinking about getting one of these just to play around in your neighborhood, man, do yourself a favor and, you know, get yourself a 2S battery, 5800 mile whatever, as opposed to the 3S battery. It'll pay off in the long run. The 2S batteries run a lot longer. And also, get yourself a cooling fan if you are going to run a 3S or even the 2S. I've got a fan on the way. The heatsink did heat up, although the battery life was still good on the 4000 3S 4000 mAh. I ran it for a good at least 20 minutes, if not longer, and it still has plenty of life left on the battery right now, as far as I know. So there you have it. It's the Traxxas Rustler VXL. It's insane, guys. I hope this video helped you out, because I learned something new today. This is some hardcore action going on right here. These guys are not playing around, and you should take that into consideration if you're thinking about getting one of these, getting one for the kids, whatever. You need some good wide open spaces to drive this, race it around. You know, we have a pretty big neighborhood, but still, even just driving it up and down the street is absolutely insane. So, alright, that's it for me today. I hope this video helped you guys out. As always, thanks for watching Frank's Tech Help. Peace.
When I would like to take you on a trip. Come on along now and listen to our tunes. Just sit back as we go zoom, zoom, zoom. Ooh, she in wants the trouble.